When I marched in the civil rights movement, I did not march with a 12-point program. I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes, and we changed attitudes. During the 60s, I was, in fact, very concerned about the civil rights movement. I was not an activist. I worked at an all-black swimming pool in the east side of Wilmington, Delaware. I was involved in what they were thinking, what they were feeling. I was involved, but I was not out marching. I was not down in Selma. I was not anywhere else.
There is one less candidate in the race for the presidency tonight. Delaware Senator Joseph Biden dropped out of the hunt today, saying the disclosures about his plagiarism in law school and his exaggerations about his academic record made it impossible for him to continue.
I do it with incredible reluctance, and it makes me angry. I'm angry with myself for having been put myself in the position of having to make this choice.
Senator Biden, you and your campaign have had a number of occasions to correct or clarify things you've said relating to race, including your remarks about Senator Obama being, quote, clean and articulate, your comment about Indians working at 7-Eleven, and recently to the Washington Post in which you spoke about race while describing disparities between schools in Washington, D.C. and Iowa.
I may have phrased those things wrongly, but when I talked about the Indian population, what I was making the point was they're building families. They're coming by businesses, 7-Elevens and Dunkin' Donuts and small shops, just like those Italian immigrants used to do.
So the Vice President has apologized to the Emiratis, he has apologized to the Turks, he may or may not apologize next to the Saudis. A few weeks ago he apologized to the ADL for using the term Shylocks. He took heat for using the term Orient to describe Asia. He praised Bob Packwood before a women's group. This is all in the past few weeks. What is the president's response to his vice president going out and continually needing to apologize for things he said?
You know, I think the vice president is somebody who has enough character to admit when he's made a mistake.
7 women accuse you of touching them without their permission. Are you sorry for what you did? Are you prepared to apologize to those women?
Look, here's the deal. I think it's really important to listen. Whether I sit down next to somebody and it's not invited to sit down. So that's my responsibility.
Nancy Pelosi wants you to say, I'm sorry that I invaded your space.
So I invaded your space.
God's truth, my word is abiding. He stood at attention. I went to pin him. I said, sir, I don't want the damn thing. Do not pin it on me, sir. Please, sir. Do not do that. He died. He died.
But the Washington Post dug into the story and determined Biden got the time period, the location, the heroic act, the type of medal, the military branch, and the rank of the recipient wrong, as well as his own role in the ceremony.
In an interview Thursday, Biden called the criticisms ridiculous, saying, "The central point is it was absolutely accurate what I said."
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Tonight, Joe Biden is expressing regret over a comment he made earlier today on a popular radio show about support from black voters.
It was really unfortunate. I shouldn't have been so cavalier.
I had the great honor of meeting him. I had the great honor of being arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto trying to get to see him on Robbins Island.
I guess I should have said I was detained. I was not able to move forward.
What you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community.
Late last night, Biden clarified the comment, tweeting, "In no way did I mean to suggest the African-American community is a monolith. Not by identity, not on issues, not at all."
After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I'll promise to.
I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland. He never called me boy. He always called me son. Cory Booker has just weighed in on this, another presidential candidate, and he's calling for him to apologize. And he said, quote, "You don't joke about calling black men boys."
Apologize for what?
Cory Booker's called for it.
Cory should apologize. He knows better.
Another thing about how perspectives change over time. Bobby Rush, member of Congress, said the other day, "I'm ashamed that I voted for the '94 crime bill." You ashamed of that bill?
Not at all. In fact, I drafted the bill, as you remember.
I know that.